Hey, you all, good morning. And I'm excited to bring in you another family ministry moment. Hi, my name is Manu. I am the children and youth pastor here at UMC The Palm Beaches. If this is your first time catching up with us, thanks for joining us. We get to celebrate a very special day here at church this coming Sunday. It is Mother's Day. And this is a day that we all love and that we love to just take a break and celebrate all the moms in our lives. You know, we probably do not take enough, I'm going to say take that back. Whoop. We do not take enough time to celebrate all the moms in our lives, whether they are our biological moms, our stepmoms, our grandmoms, our aunts, or all the moms that I'm sure I'm forgetting. There are big sisters. There are people who take care of us that are moms in our lives, and we don't spend enough time thanking them for all that they do. You know, being a parent is sometimes a tiring, and thankless job. In fact, some people would argue that it's the most difficult job anybody will ever do. In fact, a lot of folks, especially those who are no longer parents, say that the time of being a parent is quite short, right? Kids eventually take off, become adults, and move on. But I'm going to argue that a little bit, because here I am in my, I think I'm 40 something now. I have to always check with my kids. I have no idea. I know that my mom still moms me. She still loves on me, and I've still got other moms in my life who continue to take care of me and support me and encourage me. So that tells me the job of a parent is never done. Whether they're raising little kids or big kids, it doesn't really matter. Someone who loves and encourages and takes care, that job is never done. And let's be real, we call it a job, but it's not really a job. It's an honor, it's a privilege. Parents get to do something amazing. They get to carry on the legacy that God had started. God created us to be His children, and He gave us this a space so that we could be loved on by God, and moms get the honor to do that. But the thing is that sometimes it's exhausting. Let's take that back. A lot of times it's exhausting. And it can be a job where folks just don't appreciate them. I know, I hear it from moms all the time. I hear moms tell me all the time how much they're just struggling and dealing with so much, whether they're dealing with emotional and mental anguish, whether they're dealing with pain. It's a lot. And being a mom can be heavy. And so I can't speak from the side of a mom. I'm not a mom. I am a dad. But I know that I've heard from many that it can be a difficult thing to do. So if you can get a chance to stop and thank a mom today, thank them. I want to thank my mom, who I know watches these videos every week. And I want to thank all the other moms in my life who've supported me and encouraged me to be where I'm at. I know that I would not be standing here if it wasn't for all the amazing women who have supported me up until this point, and who I know will continue to support me. I know plenty of moms who are dealing with a lot of grief this season, who are struggling, whether it was through issues in childbirth, whether it was issues with kids, or some that have already lost their kids. That is a heartbreaking moment. Please love on those moms and support them, because Mother's Day can be a reminder of that pain. It's hard. And you know what? As a society, as a church, as a community, this is a chance for us to constantly support one another. This is why I love days like Mother's Day. It's not just about celebrating moms. It's about coming together and supporting them, reminding them that they're loved and that they're honored, and that we can't do life, we can't do community without them. And so I'm so excited that we get to celebrate Mother's Day here at church this week. Scripture we're going to look at this morning comes from the book of Ephesians. Going to flip over to Ephesians. We're going to go to chapter 6. And we're going to look at the first verse. It starts out saying, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment." This commandment comes with a promise. It says, "So that it may go well with you, and that you may enjoy long life on the earth." So that it may go well with you, and that you may enjoy long life on the earth. But I'm going to challenge this a little bit. That scripture was written a long, long time ago, when, for a lot of sakes, when we talked about parents, we talked about the people who raised us. And I'm sure even in those times, it wasn't always the direct parents that raised the kids. In fact, that was a society back then where kids were raised by more than just their parents. You know, the phrase, "it takes a village," is an old concept. In fact, children aren't just raised by their parents alone. They're raised by spiritual parents, godparents, they're raised by grandparents, they're raised by aunts and uncles who are also parents. They're raised by the village, the neighbors, the support system that come in a family. It's not just mom and dad or the parents themselves. There's so many more people who are considered parents in the life of children. And a lot of times we forget that. So the scripture may be only talking about the biological parents of those kids in that moment, but I'm sure it's expanding further to include all of the spiritual parents and social parents that are included in the life of that child. And honestly, it's so true. If we listen to the insight, the advice, the knowledge that comes from all the people that have gone before us or who are still in our lives are going to prosper. We're going to do well. And this is a moment that we can celebrate that, right? It's so awesome that we have people who care about us. And so this time, I really want to thank all the folks who have done the tireless work to take care of each of us. Now we can stop for a moment and think about the folks who have taken care of us. So even if you're an adult watching this video, if you're a kid watching this video, I'm sure there are plenty of people in your life that have loved you, taken care of you, supported you, encouraged you in your life. That person is a parent. That person is someone who supported you. That person is a mentor, a counselor, someone who's loved you. So I want you to take a moment and thank them, particularly the women in your life, the moms, the ones who've taken care of you in this moment and in this time. Stop and thank them for all that they've done. I'm gonna take a second and speak to the kids in this space. Big kids or little kids or medium kids, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old you are, you're still a kid. Some mom out there. If you get a chance to call your mom, if you get a text from your mom checking in, if you get an encouraging note, that is an honor. It is a blessing. And it's not one that lasts forever. So acknowledge that. Acknowledge that these moments can be short. And sometimes we can be caught up in our busy lives. We can take for granted the people in our life who love us and encourage us, even though life is hard for them too, but they still think about us. Sometimes we look at our phones and we see our texts or our phone calls, I'm like, I'm too busy to answer right now, or I just can't bother with this right now, and these moments are few. Life is not as long as we'd like it to be. Take a moment, answer that text, pick up that phone, call, appreciate all the moms and all the encouraging people in your life. I hope to be able to catch you this Sunday on Mother's Day at church for the 9 o'clock service. We are back in the chapel for the first time in a while. So it'll be exciting to see folks in the chapel again. And then 11:15 service will be there as well with our traditional service. And we do have 10 o'clock Sunday school for all ages at church as well. And then youth group will actually be taking a break from Mother's Day. We always take Mother's Day off so the youth group students can hang out with their families. So I hope to catch you Sunday morning for church.